Okay, obviously we set out to win the game. That didn't happen today, so that part wasn't what we wanted. But I thought the guys at the end of the game played with really good energy there in the fourth quarter, responded to some adversity. And so now we'll get a chance to really evaluate the full scope of the tape and see kind of what got us in the hole. You know, I've got a pretty good idea of some of the penalties and the turnover, but see how guys responded from some of those bad times and look forward to doing that tomorrow.
What did you think overall? I know you'll get a lot more in depth with us when you watch the film, but of Dax Hill's first debut with you guys tonight?
He jumped out at you. You know, he made two really good plays, one down there in the low red, one in the field there on third down. Those are big-time plays. So that's what stands out, you know, then you'll evaluate the rest of it and see how on point he was. But that was exciting to see from Dax.
Zach, what were you hoping to see from Jackson Cobb today, and what was the reason for playing him as much as he did?
Well, we want those guys to get as many reps as possible. They're still competing for that job. And the best way to compete is in the game. And, again, he's still a young lineman. He's in his second year. And so we just wanted to see him get a chance to go against a different defense. And again, we'll assess where he was at tomorrow.
Things kind of got blown up, I guess, when Brandon get hurt. I mean, that's the last thing you need.
Yeah, for the reps, for those quarterbacks, you know, we got Jake in there a little sooner than anticipated. But I thought Jake managed the game really well. You know, the statistics are not going to reflect some of the tough spots that he was in that were no fault of his own. You know, when you're in get back on track all day on second down and third down, those are really tough spots to be in. And I thought Jake found his own rhythm there and did some really good things for us and managed us in some really bad situations for the quarterback. So I thought he did a nice job.
What about his ability to throw the ball on the run? He got a chance to do that quite a bit. It looked good doing it.
Yeah, he felt comfortable, you know, moving around and extending some plays. So that was good to see. You know, that helped prolong some drives. He had the big scramble there that got us into the end zone on that first touchdown we scored. So that stuff is, you need the quarterback just to move the ball and put you in the end zone, and he did some good things that allowed us to do that.
How about Evan hitting from 56, 58? It's just like clockwork for him.
Yeah, you're just starting to take it for granted. Those are two, you know, exceptional kicks, and you know, he's had a great camp so far, so that's not very surprising.
Going back to the quarterback, with Brandon suffering that concussion, I know you probably will get some more information, but do you anticipate having to sign another so you have a third with Burrow still in the air?
I wouldn't think so. It's hard to say. Brandon feels pretty good right now, you know, so we'll just see where he's at and assess that and figure out where we need to go.
Do you ever get tempted with
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just protocol at this point?
Yeah, we just want to make sure when a guy takes a hit to the head, he was safe. A couple guys got pulled out for one play. Clay Johnson, Thaddeus Moss, I think was another, just because the refs assess it or somebody from upstairs assesses it, and they just want him to get checked out.
You mentioned Browning making the plays off script. I mean, how tough is that to evaluate when there's so much off script? It seemed like the O-line did struggle quite a bit tonight.
Well, you know, we can. It's pretty easy to assess the quarterback. When we watch the tape, are you playing on time? Are you putting all 11 guys in position to be on the same page and let us be successful? You know, if we take a lost yardage run on first down and we're in second 14, that's not on him. And now it's, are you helping us get back on schedule to a third and manageable as best you can control? Sometimes they couldn't. But I thought just standing there on the game, I felt very comfortable that he was doing a good job managing the team.
Kendrick has made plays in camp.
Yep.
What was it like for you to see him go out there and make plays again?
He's done a great job. You know, I think our receivers as a whole have done a really good job. But Kendrick stood out today. We called his number, and he made all those plays that came to him, and that's really impressive to see. You know, the go route versus a really funky coverage. You know, he did a really good job torquing his body and making a great catch there.
Is there part of you that says, why bother throw the flag and a game's kind of out of control, or do you feel like
No.
the kid deserves a chance to?
Heck no, yeah, absolutely. You know, we want to score points, and you know, Kendrick made a great catch. You know, Drew made a really good throw that allowed him to have a chance there with the safety coming over the top. And so, you know, you want to reward those guys, and we're starting to get some momentum there. We just scored a touchdown on the drive before. We want to score again and gain this momentum going into this week. You know, the game was out of hand. We probably weren't going to win at that point, but still want our team to feel that momentum surge and take advantage of it and let it parlay to a good week of practice and then going into next week against the Giants.
What's Cam Taylor dealing with, and how long might he be out?
Yeah, well, you know, he's dealing with a core muscle injury right now, and so we'll assess that more on Monday.
Zach, with the offensive line position in specific, how much do you weigh penalties like that being not an overreaction because it's the first time they're getting action against another defensive line? Like, where are you at with penalties in the first preseason?
Well, we have to be more disciplined. We have to be much more disciplined. And you can just look at it as simple as this. You know, and I haven't seen it. It's hard to assess the tight end's block on the holding call and the touchdown. So who knows if it's a close call or we can do something differently. But those are the momentum changers in the game. Early in a game, you lose a touchdown there and maybe kick a field goal, and that maybe is where the game starts to change. And so those little moments we got to be on top of. And again, I'm just pointing that one out. I got to see the clip to really know what happened. But there's just some early moments in the games where the penalties maybe disrupt a drive on offense or on defense. You know, that first drive we were playing really good defense, and they threw a go ball and we had a DPI, and now the field is flipped and they go down and score a touchdown. Those early games can change the momentum and really point you towards a win or loss.
Despite the holding calls, were you impressed with Chris Evans, though?
He did some good things. You know, he did some good things, and again, we'll let those backs, you know, play a lot in this preseason and continue to assess them. You know, so again, his stats aren't going to reflect some of the really good runs that he had. So he did some positive things for us.
With the offense in particular, do you see a connection between the slow start, the lack of contact you've had in practice, or do you view those things as completely separate?
No, the penalties is what really hurt us early on.
Really nice crowd out there tonight. How does it feel to see so much support?
It's awesome. It really is. I thought that was really, really good. As good of a crowd as I've ever seen for a preseason game. Probably the best I've ever been around, to be honest with you. So you could feel the energy and the excitement. Wish we would have come out a little faster, you know, to really give them something to cheer about in that first half. But do appreciate the excitement. Just driving in the stadium, you can feel it. You can feel the energy all around the city. And it's just for preseason game number 1. So that's really cool to see, and we appreciate that.
We saw Joe running before the game. How's he doing? How's he progressing?
He's been running, you know, so he's been doing some stuff like that. So I think he's getting better every single day.
Is he throwing?
Just some light tossing. You know, I think you guys probably saw him at practice doing some light tossing.
Zach, did you know Jesse Bates was here in the suite tonight?
He was in my suite, I think. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I didn't know that. No.
Does that suggest anything, or is that
You know,
he's in the building, or
yeah, he's the best person to answer that. But trust that he's in great shape, and whenever he gets here, he'll be ready to go.
Maybe get tempted to tell McPherson to maybe save some of these, or it seems like this is.
Well, I could have gone for it. You know, that would have been the only way to communicate that. I'm not going to tell him to miss.